Okay, what we have in today's video is two different sessions from the beginning of March. The first one is from the 2nd of March, and then the third one is a week later on the 8th. There's also a few clips spread throughout of me climbing at the wall, including working this project here that I've been on for about 2 years now. Here's a climb on the woody wall that I made up the day before with a member of staff there. Going for some fairly ratty holds and good movements. And this is another one. Can't really see how crimpy the holds are on the video, or the angle of the overhang, but it was pretty near my limit on that one. Okay, and here we have the first outdoor climbing session. This is at Gentleman's Rock down Churnet. And the climb is called High Speed Impact. It's very close to 5 years since I first pulled onto this one. I did go here a week or two before this attempt, and it was just too wet to do anything on. I can't remember if I did that in the last video or not, to be honest. I think I might have done. Fortunately, I also set up my phone as a second camera because I recorded the main part on my action cam and didn't realise I'd look so small in the frame.
Better.
I'm finally making a bit of progress on this one again. I am actually catching my fingers at the pocket, which I've not managed for, around last Easter time. So at least I'm pushing it again. It's definitely a case of getting the foot on that and down there. I have tried to put foot there, but it's a bit too compressed and awkward. Same with going higher up. Doesn't work for me. But yeah, I can get that. I was in. I have tried doing this with my foot up there. I've tried stepping on this bit here, which is pretty positive, but it puts me in completely the wrong position. And that's too high. Anything along there is just basically too high. Scrunches me up. My thinking with that was I could maybe static if I could just pull myself through, but I don't think I can. I don't quite have the cranking power for that. I am going to call it the end of the session there though, because it has been an hour and a half. I've probably had about 30 to 40 attempts on that. To be fair, they've been very, very consistent attempts, which I'm impressed with. Especially going to that pocket, because it's nearly a year since I was last able to go for that. I'm also consistently getting my fingers just over the edge, just not latching. It's a bit sharp, and it's hitting the skin. But yeah, muscle-wise, I could keep going on this for another hour. But it's doing my skin. I can tell that my body's getting cold. I mean, this area is completely in the shade. It was 4 degrees when I got here, and the wind picked up a bit. And after about 30 or 40 attempts, I think I'm pretty much at where I'm going to get at today anyway, so No point in wasting any more time on it today. What I may do is drop my stuff back off in the van, have a quick walk to the other side of the valley to see what the access to Discreet block is like. Although we've got rain coming this weekend, so I doubt it's going to stay dry anyway. I may come back here in the week though. We'll see. Now we're on the second session. This is Discreet block, just on the other side of the valley. Maybe. Here we have a nice black, and it took me 2 or 3 weeks really to make any progress on this one. So I was getting stuck on this bit here. But it's one of them that once you've done it once, you just do it. That was a nice climb overall. And this here is one of the mints. I can't remember whether this is from the 15-year birthday competition or not. I don't think it was. I think this was an earlier one. I'm pretty sure this was the last round of the Winter League. But that also was a nice climb. And then this orange. So that purple you can see there was the women's final, problem 1 from the competition. And then afterwards they set up some other climbs, this orange being one of them, which had a really nice flow to it. Feels miles away. This is not the climb that I was intending on doing today. I was intending to get back on propeller head under here. Instead I've opted for the harder graded Google Earth, which is a 7A plus, which is around V9-ish. Hold on, is it? No, it's not. V7-ish. So I've just had about half an hour's worth on it. I think the method I'm going to try and go for, there's 2 possible ways of doing this. You can go right hand into that little pocket and then up left, which I think is the original intended way.
there is another little pocket there that you can get the left hand in and bump up, and I have actually managed to just static into that pocket, so I know I can do that way if I can free my feet up enough to then bump again. I hope you caught all that. The other way is to go left hand into the pocket and then up to the little pebble there with the right hand and then come back across, which is still difficult. Doesn't make it loads easier. If I have to do it that way, that's the way I'll do it, but I want to see if I can get the more direct version first. Which I'm pretty sure I can. Maybe not today. But yeah. I think it's just figuring out the positioning for each move is what I really need now. Then of course to actually do it. That was how. Foot further in. Cool. Cool. I'm now getting the sun coming right down there in my eyes if I try this climb from the start. So that may well not happen today. Yes. Oh. Oh. I slept out before I could go. But it's definitely put the heel in as close as you can. Cool. Oh. Wasn't in. Come on. I can do all of these moves. That might be today's goal, rather than get to the top. Just get them moves. Even in isolation, as much as you can get in isolation outdoors. Oh, those holes are so green. I hit it. Oh. I'm there, and yet I'm not. Oh. Well, at least I know I can do the move. I think that's getting too sharp on my skin. But for future reference, right hand into that little pocket, bring the left foot in as close as you can around about here. Then you can reach up. I was putting my heel too far out that way, which is what was stopping me from being able to pull up and in. All I need is be able to match that, and then it's one move to the top. And that would be my first 7A+.